Hi, thank you so much for participating in this meeting with your teams. I think I know most of you, but I also know that we have some new additions to our team. So let me start by introducing myself. I'm Amy Montgomery. I'm your Director of Operations. I'm also one of your franchisees. This year has been very exciting for us. We have people that are in new roles. We have a new salon, Providence Village. We also have some new people on our teams, like I was just saying. So lots of growth. We're growing, and that's great. But with growth, we need to evolve. We need to be even better at our processes. So I can't think of a better time than now, as we're approaching our busiest time of the year, than to talk about customer service and really improve our skills. So during this meeting, you're going to hear from some of your teammates who excel at customer service. And we know this because we have received customer feedback or they've been nominated by their teammates and managers. I can't wait to hear what they have to say. Great Clips has a brand promise, a promise we make to our customers. Great Clips inspires confidence, so you will feel comfortable. When we all decided to join the Great Clips team, we made a commitment to that promise. So how do we make customers confident and comfortable? Our job is to make customers come back. We all have a role in giving customers an experience that they will remember and tell their friends about. Let's look a little further at what customer service really means. Customer service is also about customer care. We see those words, customer care, in our break rooms on the poster, 5 Steps to Customer Care, every day. Providing customer service means caring for your customers and ensuring that every single contact with your organization is a positive experience. Customers expect that they are going to have a positive experience when they do business with you or your organization. So providing customer care requires that you consistently do the following. Build relationships with your customers. Do you know your customers' names? Do you use it? Do you understand what the customer's expectations are? Do you know a little bit about them, what they do for a living? How much time they have to spend on their hair? Have great communication. Go above their expectations. You can advance on the foundation of understanding their expectations and show your customers different ways they can benefit or improve the result. When you know your product or service and how it can benefit your customer, that's a foundation. Do you communicate effectively with your customers to learn what is important to them? Not just the basic expectations, but what is truly important to them? What do they value and why do they come to you? Finally, take responsibility to solve their issues and meet their expectations, and use those opportunities to interact with them and build a better relationship by solving those issues. Go the extra mile. Go above and beyond their expectations at a level that not just meets their needs, but makes them want to come back. Let's talk about wow service. What does it take to wow someone? If we look to wow someone, we have to go above their expectations. If you look at Google reviews for any business, you tend to see 5-star reviews or 1-star reviews. There are very few 2, 3, and 4-star reviews. Why? Customers have a perception of what they expect when they come in. They expect for things to go a certain way. Our customers expect they receive a warm and genuine greeting. They expect that we look up at them as they enter. They expect the haircut they ask for and for you to take great clip notes. And they expect that you thank them for coming in because they spent their hard-earned money and chose to come see you. Those are the basics. You may not get a review doing the basics, but if you don't do what they at least expect, you may get a 1-star review. Now, if you greet them and look them in the eye and acknowledge them and use their name, give them a great haircut, maybe a new look. Treat their service as being special and plan their service individually. Show them how to style it. Thank them for coming in and let them know if they have any questions, they can come back and see you. You will get a 5-star review. Let's look at some reviews from Google. Some are good, some aren't so great. As you look at these, think about how the stylist did so well that they got a 5-star review. Many of them mention the word fast, as our customers value their time, or friendly because they felt welcomed. This is part of our core values at Great Clips: comfort, freedom, and connection. Now, there are a few not so positive reviews. They actually talk about the same things, but they didn't feel they received these things. So it is obvious what our customers value and what they expect. When they receive it most of the time that they visit, it's shocking how they notice it when it doesn't happen. The most interesting occurrence is when we read a review that says, "I've been a customer for over 5 years, and this visit was not good. I will not be coming back." Things can take a turn because of one service. So why is this important? Because that is the job, getting customers to love their service and come back. That is what we all signed up for. Like I said earlier, many times we give 4-star service or 3-star service and we don't hear about it. How do we get to a 5-star service every time?
Great Clips inspires confidence so you feel comfortable. That bold statement is our brand promise to all customers. Why are we focused on inspiring confidence so our customers feel comfortable? Because they told us through customer research, that's what they want in their haircut experience.
I walked in and they immediately took me to my chair. They cut my hair really well.
It's kind of like a nice reciprocal process. There was no like pressure.
Every time I've gone back since, it's been a good experience. So I just keep going.
Working at a Great Clips salon is not just about creating great looking haircuts. It's also about ensuring a great experience by delivering comfort, freedom, and connection. Comfort is caring about customers, feeling welcomed, understood, appreciated, and relaxed. Freedom is making it easy for customers to save time and money. And connection, caring about connecting with customers to ensure they get the haircut they want. Comfort, freedom, and connection are the core brand elements that, when collectively delivered to customers, help us build the Great Clips brand. In addition to delivering those critical brand elements, it's just as important to get customers to return by delivering great in just 5 easy steps. Step 1, G, greet and introduce. This is the time to make a great first impression with the customer. This is the first step to inspire confidence that the customer has come to the right place. So start it off with a smile and say, "Hi, welcome to Great Clips. How can I help you?" A warm greeting is a great way to kick off their experience, wouldn't you say? Then, using the customer's name, show them where they are on the waitlist display. If the wait is long, offer the option of a ready next text. When it's time to take the customer back to the chair, use their name and introduce yourself in a kind way to reinforce the connection. Step 2, R, review clip notes and connect through consultation. At Great Clips, you'll interact with all sorts of different customers, each with their own unique wants, needs, hair types, and styles. Well, that's no problem because you'll know exactly what they want when you use clip notes with the Great Clips consultation process. Begin by reviewing their existing clip notes, if they have them, and discuss their previous cut. Then ask questions, listen to the customer, and confirm what you heard. Use the hand mirror to show them how you plan to cut their hair. This ensures that you are on the same page and you're ready to start the cut. A thorough consultation helps to inspire confidence that they're getting the quality haircut they want. Step 3, E, engage to create the cut. This step is all about tuning into the customer and giving them the haircut they want while making a great connection. With the Great Clips technical foundation on your side, you have a system to deliver an efficient, quality haircut every time. While cutting their hair, engaged in a friendly, professional conversation, taking cues from the customer. As you incorporate products into the service, be sure to make recommendations and show them how they can recreate the look on their own. Connecting with customers brightens everybody's day. Step 4, A, ask questions to confirm satisfaction. The haircut may be done, but we're not done yet. Step 4 is about making sure the customer is completely satisfied before they leave the chair. Start with a simple review using the hand mirror again to confirm that they got what they asked for. When the haircut is just right, let them know you'll enter or update their clip notes so they can go to any stylist in any salon for their next haircut. Now that's comfort. Step 5, T, thank and invite back. Great job so far. You greeted the customer, reviewed clip notes, and consulted on the cut they wanted. Engaged to create that cut and asked if they are happy with the result. Only one step to go to create a great experience. It ends when you thank the customer and invite them back. It's a simple courtesy that completes the connection until next time. So when removing the cape, thank the customer by name and tell them how great they look. During checkout, confirm that you entered or updated their clip notes. Then it's another thank you and an invitation to return at the right time to maintain their cut. They're out the door with a smile. Using the 5 steps to delivering great with every customer, every time, provides comfort, freedom, and connection, and fulfills the brand promise that Great Clips inspires confidence so you feel comfortable. When customers feel confident that they'll get a quality haircut and positive, friendly experience with any Great Clips stylist in any Great Clips salon, they'll feel comfortable returning again and again. Greet, review, engage, ask, thank. It's that simple.
Okay, so what about when we have an unhappy customer? Customers don't grow on trees. We need to think about every single customer. It's easier to keep customers happy than to get an angry customer to come back, right? So why do customers complain? Let's explore some of the reasons. They are upset because they think an online check-in customer went ahead of them. They feel like the staff is being rude. They think they were skipped. They didn't like the result of their haircut. They feel like they were mischarged. They think their name was taken off the wait list. They think the coupon they have should have been taken, but it wasn't. I could go on and on. What's the common thread here? They think and they feel. First, is it possible that they have a valid reason to feel this way? It is possible. Customers don't know you or me or your team. They come in with the expectation that things will go according to the perception in their head. So when it isn't as expected, how you handle it is key. So why is that all on you? Because you understand and know the policies and the system. They know what they are told on the website and what they have experienced before. So let's ask the question again. Could they be right? Very possibly. And we represent the company. So it is our job to willingly correct the error, even if it was because they misread or misunderstood something. You need to figure out a way to make them feel like we are hearing them and value them and are taking the time to understand them and make it better. That is creating relationships with our customers. That is customer service. 5 stars, in fact. So, is the customer always right? What if they're wrong?
One of the questions I'm often asked is the customer always right? Well, sometimes the customer is right. They've done their homework. They know what they're talking about. But sometimes the customer is not right. They're wrong. Customers get confused. They make mistakes. Sometimes they exaggerate. And customers have even been known to lie. So what do you do in a case where the customer is wrong? Tell them that they're wrong? No, that's not a win for either party. What you can do is make them feel right. And the way to do that is by agreeing with them on the importance of what it is that they value. But the catch is they won't always tell you what they value. You have to do the work to listen carefully, figure out what they really value, and then agree with them on the importance of that. Let me give you an example. Let's say a customer complains and says, your service is so slow. So you look into it. And it turns out that at every point and promise, you've delivered right on time. In fact, in one case, you were even early. So when the customer says your service is so slow, you could respond like this. You know, you've got a very good point. Speed is important, especially in today's busy world. Let me be the one to help you quickly get this resolved. What if a customer says your product is unreliable? So you do the research and it turns out the customer is using the product incorrectly. You can still make them feel right. How do you do that? When they say your product is unreliable, you could reply, do you know what? Reliable performance is absolutely important. Let's look into this together. They say your staff is rude. What do they value? Courtesy and respect. They complain that you're rigid and bureaucratic. What do they want? Some flexibility. Your price is too high. They appreciate value for money. They say your website is so hard to use. What is it that they're right about? That they value user-friendly systems. So, is the customer always right? No. But can you always make the customer feel right? Yes, you can. And how do you do that? Agree with them on the importance of what they value. Make them feel right, and you will keep things moving in the right direction for you and your customers.
I believe he has a point. Remember all of the Google reviews I showed you earlier? Now that we have a better understanding of how it can be handled, let's review some of the key points to guide us when a customer might be upset. Stop and listen. They want to be heard. Let them finish what they are trying to explain. I suggest pausing for 30 seconds just to make sure they are done. Be aware of your facial expression. You want to make sure you are really listening and showing eye contact and nodding. They will know you care. Acknowledge their feelings by telling them that you understand their concern and you want to make sure that they walk out of the salon feeling great about their service. Tell them their business is very important to you and our company, so it is your intention to find a solution for them. And finally, if you cannot find a solution, let them know that you are going to get help because you really want to get this solved for them and don't think you can do it yourself. We want to take this opportunity to let you know that our stylists are the most important members of our team. We appreciate what you do in the salons every day to make them great. Check out some of our great team members on the screen. It's so wonderful when we get to see team pictures and they're posted on our Facebook page. In our ongoing mission to be even better than we were before, we need to start focusing more on the customer and how they feel about their service, ensuring that they get what they expect and that their perception of what their service would be is spot on and even better than they thought. We want them to know how professional and caring our team is, because you are. Many of you know Bryce Kenny. He represents Great Clips with his monster truck. Maybe you have heard of Monster Jam. He is quite an inspiration. Listen to his words and advice to you, the stylists that work hard every day at Great Clips.
I'll encourage you on a couple of things. Success to me is not about a bank account. It's not about the car that you drive. It's not about the clothes that you wear. If you want to be a success, I'm going to challenge you to a couple things because this is our This is our passion every time that we have an event, every time we step out into a pit party and engage with people. If you want to be a success, you've got to rip your heart out of your chest and you got to plop it right there on the table to whoever you're trying to reach out to. You have to pour yourself out into other people. That's the only way that you'll ever be successful. That's the only measurement that you should be living your life with, is your ability to pull your heart out and offer it up. And let's be honest, we've all, at some point, we've done that. A lot of us, at different points, maybe we've become a little jaded from it too. It's hard. You become so vulnerable, don't you? And sometimes you're whoever you offer your heart up to, and maybe that customer, and you're trying to reach out, you're trying to be a friend to somebody, whether they're in the salon or part of your family, and maybe they take advantage of it, or maybe they smash it to pieces, or they don't appreciate that. And my encouragement to you in the measure of success is your ability not just pick yourself up off of the floor, to piece your heart back together and give it away again. That's the only measurement of success that should matter. And as you're going through this life and you're going through this career with Great Clips, the reason why it matters, your ability to offer your heart up and go give yourself away, is not so you can call yourself a success. It's because of that individual that's sitting in your chair. You realize that you have a high school girl that showed up at your salon today, and that morning she got bullied or she got called ugly, and she's coming to you for hope. Do you realize that? Do you realize that you have a widow that's sitting in your salon and she's trying to get the courage up to date again? You have the man that just got called a loser by his boss, and he needs to believe that he's worth something. You've got the cancer survivor that finally got their hair back and they're ready to start this new chapter of life. That's what you have the opportunity to do. I hope when my kids put me in the ground one day, that they won't spend a minute talking about the 2 dates on the tombstone, but they spend the entire time talking about the dash in the middle. And thankfully, together in this partnership, it will allow us to be unrelenting in our pursuit of making a difference. And my commitment to you as representing and being a mouthpiece for Great Clips is every time we go out there and every time that we have a pit party, we have 10,000 people that are coming through my autograph line and they want to engage with us in this experience. My commitment to you is I will throw my heart on the table, because you cannot forget the individual. And the more that we do that, it will drive people to you. And when they get into your chair, make sure that you do your part and pour yourself out for people. Is that a deal?
So let's review. Utilize the 5 steps, but don't stop there. Remember that when you greet people, be genuine. Look at them, smile, make eye contact. Ensure they are happy with the cut. Ask questions. Let them know how important their satisfaction is to you. Ask, what else can I do for you today? Remember that customers have a perception of a situation. They don't always have the full picture. So it isn't their fault if they don't understand. They don't work here. They don't have a full knowledge of our system. So have some empathy when they have an issue. Also, remember the customer may be wrong, but it is your job to make sure they feel like they are right. Work together as a team. You represent each other. You reflect on each other. Utilize the training from GCU, Salon Innovations, and your management team to enhance your skills. Remember, Great Clips has been doing this for over 40 years. They are pretty good at knowing what the customer wants. Finally, remember the impact you have on people. We don't know what other people are going through. We all have things going on in our lives from time to time, but it is our job to service customers and to take an interest in them. So we have to put aside what may be going on with us. It is not their job to know. They just want to come in and get a service with a smile and have a wonderful result. So sometimes we have to put our own feelings aside and make someone else's day great. And if they don't respond in the way you want, you did your best, and you can be proud that you serviced them with a smile no matter what. You did the right thing. And maybe you did make someone else's day great. Maybe you made someone feel better. Here is a challenge for you and your team. After watching this video, take 5 minutes and write a review on yourself. What you would want customers to write about you. Share it with your team if you're comfortable. Strive to live that review every time you service a customer. We believe in you and are proud that we are on a team with you. And remember, choose to be great.
Good customer service, the quality of the haircut, and their time.
The most valuable thing, I would say, good customer service, and then being valued as a customer. So that's my most important thing.
When they're trying to explain what they want for their haircut, actually taking the time to stop and listen, let them finish what they're saying, and then going, okay, let me rephrase this in the way that I understand it so that I make sure I understand you. Gotcha. And then connection. I know I've talked to tons of clients over the 2 salons that I've worked at where greeting them by their name right when they walk through the door means so much to them. And then they get to know us as well. So getting to know the staff as well is super important.
Being greeted.
It
makes them feel welcome. It makes them feel like, just makes them feel welcome. That's all I can say.
I think the most valuable thing is probably effort. Really, most people don't expect the absolute best out of every haircut, but they do expect you to put your best effort into the haircut. And as long as you do that, they seem to be perfectly fine with the result.
It's being able to see your reaction when they first walk in. It has to be very welcoming. You have to show pretty much the importance of them getting there and saying, hey, how are you? Welcome in. Did you check in online, regardless if they did or didn't? It's a way for you to communicate to them, like, I see you walking in and I acknowledge that you're in here.
Provides a good work environment. It provides customers to come back.
Just to me, it gives me this great satisfaction, of course, and then it increased like the repeat customers. So that's
it makes us feel good. It makes us feel like we're making a difference to the lives of our customers and everybody. And it's also, again, fun to get to know our clients. It's a little family that we've got going on here.
For me, it makes me look good as like a stylist and an employee. It makes people think, oh, this person is doing their job great. This person is on point, is on top of it. Because I like to be on top of it, at least for me. I like to show that I have a great work ethic. I don't like to be slow. I don't like to leave anybody left out because I don't like to be left out or singled out. For the shop, I think it makes us look good as a team because a shop is only as good as its team. And that's why I really love this place and where I work, is because we have a really great, solid team.
I like to think that my customer service is based off how the customer feels when they walk into a salon. They expect to leave better than they felt when they walked in. So I like to exude that into the customers and the stylists and just remind them how they look, how they feel when they look that way and everything, because then they push that into their own styles and they always leave feeling a little bit better.
Good customer service, I feel like, pretty much helps you create a bond with your customers. You actually get to understand them, conversate, get to fully understand their hair in general, because they'll typically tell you immediately right after when you sit them down, like, oh, I just hate my hair is limp. I hate that my hair doesn't have enough volume. So it's like they're telling you exactly what they're looking for without you realizing they're telling you, hey, I need this. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling over there. But it helps a way for them to fully know that you're understanding at the same time, and then we're understanding. But with you giving a really good impression of oh, they're listening to me and actually doing what I want, then they understand that everybody else in the salon is willing to do the same thing.
For myself, I'm just a happy person. It's just who I am. So it's very natural for me to just come to work and be in a good mood and, help, get the customers a great haircut, great service. I also pride myself in my attention to detail. I take a little bit more time on my haircuts. Everybody kind of knows that. But I want it to be, I know it can't be perfect, but I want it to just be, top notch.
I treat each and every one of them like they're a guest in my home. So I just treated them like they're my family. Right when they walk in, just make them feel so welcome. So, that's how I treat each of my customers.
To make my clients smile and laugh and feel good about themselves by the end of the day. I want to give them exactly the haircut they want, even if I don't necessarily like it. But making them feel like it's for them and not for me is super important to me.
I probably say it's like my intent behind my cutting. I don't just come to work just to cut their hair. People always ask me how much I love cutting hair, and I tell them that I really just like making them feel better when they smile at the end and stuff. That's what makes me feel better, especially with the kids and stuff. So it's just my intent behind
A lot of the time it's just pretty much having patience with customers. Sometimes we get caught up in our mindset of we have to be the fastest and the most efficient. But sometimes it's okay to kind of slow down a little bit. It's okay to conversate, talk to them, say, hey, like I noticed this, or hey, I see that you started doing something a little different with your hair. What's going on? Things is just getting to know them at a deeper level, but at the same time, not, instead of confusing the process of I need to get you up and out of my chair. It's the actually getting to sit down and be like, hey, how's your day going today? Sometimes people walk in, you can notice they're a little bit more quiet, a little bit more reserved. They don't want to talk as much, but you're able to kind of notice little things about them over time. I feel like you get closer. Like most of the time with some of my customers, I realize that when they first get an impression of me, it's she's always smiling, she's always happy, she's always like overly energized in the morning. And sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not, but it's being able to give them a really good experience, even though maybe sometimes it's not a good day, sometimes it is a good day. It's just knowing to know the difference of they're here to have a good day, and so are you, but at the same time showing them that you care and you actually are listening to them.
Yeah, this is a good one. I love what I do. I love it. I love to cut hair. I love helping customers out. I love I take pride in my work. I love that they, woke up today and they decided to come to, Great Clips to, maybe they're not feeling good that day and they need a little boost. And I am so grateful that they chose Great Clips and, our shop to come in and, get that little boost of confidence. And I've even had them say it. Like I've even had them say, oh man, I woke up today and I was not feeling it. But after coming here and after talking to you and this haircut, I feel great. And that's what makes me so incredibly happy, that I help them have a better day. You know what I mean? Like it's just wonderful. A haircut is what it does.
If you love what you do, which I do, and you believe in the brand, it's so easy to wake up each day to come to work. That's my, personal thing. So you leave your problems at the house. So that's my thing. So if you believe in the system, it's so easy. If you love what you do and it makes a difference.
Remembering it's not about me. It's about my client. My favorite phrase that I've heard in hair school and then from Emily is leave it at the door. Whatever your end is in your personal life, once you walk through that door, it doesn't matter. What matters is our client.
Honestly, I just try to hype myself up, I definitely have my days where I'm not gonna lie, I came here like not feeling well yesterday, but I just kind of kept, you know, an end goal in mind, like just come to work, make your money, try to leave everything at the door. I know it's really hard. I struggle with it. Sometimes it's like you need a moment, just say, hey, our team is like very understanding. So at least with us, it's like, hey, I need to take 5 minutes. Or like say a customer gave you a hard time. You just say, hey, I need a breather. And I'll go outside, I'll breathe, or I'll go in my car and I'll scream. Just have my own little private alone time to get whatever is bad in my system out of my system, and then just come right back and come in a better mindset, better mind frame.
I'm a very big energy person. So I like to focus on the fact that just because my energy may be down, I shouldn't push that energy into the world. My cosmetology teacher was very big on energy and how we touch people and cater to that point of the universe and not to push that into the universe. So I hear her in the back of my head whenever I'm having a bad day.
There's days where I've come in and it's like it's early in the morning and I'm like, oh, it's so early. And it's like, and I get it. But at the same time, I know that not every day is an easy day. And sometimes some days are harder than others. Sometimes it's more frustrating than others. But our customers deserve a good experience, no matter what is going on in our personal lives. Because at the end of the day, just how we don't feel good, you never know if a customer walking in doesn't feel good. You don't know what particularly is going on in their life. And it's honestly, I think it's the best thing of my job to be able to have someone walk in who's not having a great day and be able to turn their whole day around just by giving them a really good haircut or just a really good talk throughout the day.
I start off and I prepare, I like to pick 3 products that are going to help me kind of ease into, you know, getting to the part where I style the hair. Let's say, for example, whenever I give them the mirror to check the haircut, I like to turn them around and have them hold it, because I find that you can see that so much better instead of, you know, standing behind them and stuff. I feel like that one makes it a lot easier. Whenever it's long hair and I notice that they're very nervous about the haircut, I like to, you know, after the conversation and we talk about it, I cut a small amount and I kind of put it on my palm and I like to show them kind of like, you know, this is what we're going to be doing. Is that okay? You know, and just to assure them that, you know, they're not going to get, you know, 5 inches cut off and they just want one.
Well, each one is different, of course, when they come in. So you follow the 5 steps, of course. And then after that, I mean, you just get to know them better. You get to know their hair. That's very important. Great customer service is always the best way, because sometimes, you know, I mean, the smile or kind word will make
I customize it to the conversation. If it's somebody that I've seen hundreds of times and I know their haircut without even looking at the notes, then I might not even ask them. I'll be like, doing the same thing? Cool. How's your day been? How's your family? It kind of depends. Like, not reciting from a script, but making it personal to myself and my client is how I do it.
And the hardest part, I think, for a lot of people is the talking about the product, is bringing up that conversation. Yep. What are you doing to find those ins to do that? You know what I mean?
I find it difficult too, but like asking them how they style their hair, if they use any products, what's annoying about their hair to them. Sometimes you can figure out a product that will help them fix the annoyances with their hair too.
Honestly, for me, with the 5 steps, it kind of all just came naturally. It wasn't something I had to like try to memorize, because to me it's just like very straightforward. Like, greet the customer, know what they want, give a good cut, show them, and then leave. And then also talk about product. Some people do not want to talk about product, but I try my best to include that in my service anyway. And if they don't want it, I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. If you want to talk about product with your customers, you can say, hey, I noticed your scalp's a little dry, your hair's a little dry. Try with this. The best thing to sell is a leave-in conditioner. Great Clips leave-in conditioner, super easy to sell. Just say you have dry hair, try this. It works. I use it. If if you with product, if you tell the customer you use it, I feel like they have more like incentive to buy it because it's a professional giving them advice on a professional product. So that's good.
I like to just customize it based on what kind of customer I have in front of me, whether that customer is elderly or a kid or just trying to get in and out on a lunch break, wearing their uniform for work and everything. It can change based on who you have in front of you and what they have going on.
Try my hardest not to sound like a robot, even though it sounds funny. I always try to almost like push my, of course, saying the same thing, but maybe just personalizing it a little bit. Almost like when they're leaving, like, oh, okay, so, well, you have a great day. Be careful with the weather out there. Like situations like when it was raining or it's snowing or it's sleeting or anything like that. Or it's just, I try to almost put a little bit of my personality in there. It's like a lot of my customers, I always talk a lot of football when it's one of those things that it's like, don't even get me started. But it's a way where when my customers walk in, they're like, oh, she's a little football nerd. And I'm like, yes, I am. But it's a way for me to almost like, even though we're supposed to be focusing in our consultation a lot, mainly more about the customer than ourselves. And I understand why, because sometimes we can get caught up on ourselves a little bit. So I'm like, look how great I am. Which it's good, you are, but it's one of those things where when I try to conversate with customers, it's more of me being able to show them my personality or my side of us being at work, even though sometimes it's like, oh, we're doing the same thing, but we're really not. You know?
In other business, we have a new attendance policy that we want to introduce. We will now have a point scale for absences. You will earn 1/2 point for each instance of tardiness and 1 point for each unexcused absence. All points will drop off after 6 months. We have clearly defined what an excused and unexcused absence is. An excused absence is when your supervisor has been personally notified by the employee that they are not able to work their scheduled shift, but they have found coverage for their shift in its entirety. That would be excused. If an employee requests off in advance and it was approved by their supervisor, that's excused. If you have jury duty, injured at work, or if you have a physician's note. Remember though, we only accept 3 physician's notes in a 6-month time period. Any notes beyond that will be considered excessive and documented as unexcused. An unexcused absence is when you're sick or you call out of work and you do not find coverage for your shift. Or an employee has not contacted their supervisor at any point of the day of their scheduled shift and did not work any portion of the scheduled shift. This is actually called a no-call, no-show and is considered voluntary termination or job abandonment. Also, employees that were tardy for their scheduled shift, or if an employee left before their scheduled shift ended without supervisor's approval. If an employee takes an unapproved break during their shift, all of those would be considered unexcused absences. I know it's no fun to talk about documentation forms, but I think it's really important with new policies to let everybody know exactly what will occur if you do get a point. So this is a documentation form which some of you may have seen and some of you may have not seen, but on the bottom there is a new addition that says attendance point and date of expiration. Then this will be on record if you do happen to earn a point, what day it will expire. Attendance is really important to our business. Our customers depend on us to be at work to service them. We guarantee them low waits. When we have too many call-ins, it makes us break that promise to our customers. It also breaks a promise to your team. They have to work a little bit harder, a little bit faster. They may have to cut corners on customer care because there's not enough people working on the floor. So as we go forward with this policy, just make sure that you review what is considered excused and what is unexcused. And I think if everybody works together and tries to follow the policy, everything will go smoothly for both the customers and your team. The new policy is in ADP. You all have been assigned to acknowledge it, so please use the time at the end of this meeting to log into ADP and acknowledge the new policy. Your manager also has a copy of the policy if you would like to see it on paper. If you have any questions about getting access to ADP, your manager is there for you right now to help assist you in that. Okay, teams, we're going to be celebrating the holidays this year at Great Clips by having 2 events. First, we're going to be giving each salon $200 to cater in a meal leading up to the holiday. Then, we're going to play the 12 Days of Christmas on our Facebook page to win gifts leading up to Christmas. The 12 Days of Christmas Facebook gift giveaway will be on the weekdays leading up to Christmas and start on December 7th. You do need to be part of the Facebook community in order to participate. So if you haven't joined our company Facebook page, I will post what you need to search at the end of this presentation to join. Your manager will also give you a flyer and post one in the break room after this meeting. There will be a challenge on the designated dates posted on the flyer. I gave you these flyers in advance so you know the challenges and can prepare for them in advance. Some of these challenges just need to be completed during that week, so make sure you keep these in mind as you go to work. I will post a challenge at 9 a.m. on the designated date, and you will have between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. to answer the challenge with your post. The challenges get harder as the days progress, but the gifts get bigger and better. Anyone who posts on our Facebook page completing the challenge will be entered in a drawing. At the end of each day at 8:30 p.m., I will go live on Facebook and names will be drawn and winners announced along with what prize they won. Some days there will be up to 5 winners and other days there will be only 1. Prizes are a surprise, but they are all pretty great, and I can tell you that we're giving away almost $2,000 in prizes. I hope you all have tons of fun with this. Here is the search criteria for our Facebook page. Just request to be a member and I'll approve you. Good luck, everyone.